and into the light. Stand tall and be ready to fight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb. Staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop.
Peace, my friends. How y'all feel out there? Welcome back to another episode of Get Your Mind Right with your guy, Kool. I got a special guest in the building today. Extremely special guest who deserves his flowers. That's Mr. Tony the Hulk Johnson. How you feeling today, my good brother? Got to shake your hand, man.
Well, I'm blessed, man. I cannot complain at all, man. Life is good.
Good, man. I appreciate you stopping in and giving some of your time. Time is precious. That's valuable. For you to be able to come in here and sit with me, I truly appreciate it. And the reason that I do these podcasts is for people such as yourself. Someone that's great within the community, someone that's great with kids, great with family, someone that's well respected, and you need your flowers, brother. So I'm gonna give them a little bit about you, and then we're gonna have you jump in, okay? Because I want to brag on you for a little bit if I can. All right. This my little bro right here. First of all, this is my little bro. He's a five-time MMA world champion. 5-time. He's also a bare knuckle champion.
This thing.
He's a high school Ohio State Division I heavyweight wrestling champion. He's also a high school national champion. Very many accolades. He was also a football player. Played football, high school and college. Iowa State, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you tell me, I got to ask this question because the title of this podcast is Get Your Mind Right. Doing all this stuff, you had to have your mind right. What made you get your mind right?
100%, man. You know, I was fortunate enough to grow up with a father, right? I know a lot of black kids don't have that, not fortunate to have that, right? My father always told me, he was like, look, I'm never going to make you do a sport, but if you're going to do it, you're going to be the best at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we were always on the track every day, 5 to 7, running. He always, my dad was a slave driver. After Thanksgiving dinner, hey, let's go run outside. He'd be behind us in the expedition playing Lose Yourself, Eminem, running. Just, man, it was instilled in me as a little kid, so, till today, so like I've always, anything you do, you gotta have your mind right. Your mind is 8% of the battle.
That's right. And you just mentioned your dad. So your parents were your coaches, right?
Oh, man, slave drivers, you hear me?
Right.
Slave drivers, yes, sir.
Big shout out to Mr. and Miss Johnson.
Pops.
Yeah, I used to see y'all on the track. Did you do the shot put? What'd you do?
Man, so like I did the shot put in high school, right?
Yeah.
Like I did it my sophomore year, but like as we were talking off the mic, I was telling you how I am a big guy, but I felt small. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like shot put was a fat man sport, so I didn't want to do it. I wanted to run. You know what I mean? I wanted to run. I wanted to be with the runners. Like, don't put me with the fat people.
Yeah.
Put me with the skinny people, So, like, I did shot put for a year, but I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't athletic enough for me.
Yeah. But
No
you were
disrespect.
strong, man. You were strong. I remember those days. I told you I was there, man.
I know, man. We've known each other for a minute now.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
Yeah,
A long time. So you've been overseas, fighting, doing all that stuff. How'd that come about?
Man, so I've been fighting in Russia for the last 12 years. So I was with Bellator MMA.
Yeah.
And I had just lost my fight with Czech Congo. Before that fight, my brother had passed away, so I was dealing with a lot of stuff before the fight. My brother had passed away, so I had lost that fight. I just wasn't mentally ready for that fight. And that was the only fight I lost at Bellator, and they had cut me. And like, the thing about MMA, I hate about MMA is, like, these big promotions, you don't know you're cut until, like, Twitter releases it or someone releases it, So, like, I was kind of upset about that. Well, my manager today, man, love that guy. His name is Guillaume Petier. He's French, from actually lives in Bulgaria, but French. he messaged me on Facebook. He said, "Hey man, I got this opportunity for you." It was to fight a guy named Vitaly Minakov. That's like that's like the emperor over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Let's go." And he was like, "You know what? Let me see if I can get you a multi-fight contract. What do you need?" I was like, "Well, I was making this much, this much, this much. I need this. I need these assurances." One of the assurances was I need to fight every 8 months. I need to stay busy, right? So, like, for instance, so I was making like probably my last fight I made 25,000 show, 25,000 win with Bellator, and then he came back with a contract. It was 30,000 to show, 30 to win, so it goes 30, 30, 35, 35, 40, 40, 50, and 50. I was like, yeah, we're going to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to sign. We're going to sign. Yeah, let's go. So I signed a multi-fight contract with a company called Finance Global. I signed with my manager. Man, and we just been fighting in Russia ever since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've gotten like knockout of the nights and bonuses and all that stuff. How's that work?
Man, so I got knockout of the night. I got fight of the year over there, man. Like, people don't understand. There's a lot that goes into fighting overseas. Like, first of all, America is the only country that will root for another countryman. When you're in that country, they're rooting for that countryman. They don't care about you.
Right.
So it was like when I went in there, I had no fans. I walk out there. When I walk out, quiet. You know what I mean? I had to put my blood, sweat, and tears in Russia. So like, I was knocking people out. You know me. I was out there. With the fans, signing autographs, everything. Like, so like now, man, I have so many fans out in Russia. Man, I'm loved out there. I'm the only American champion in ACA. I'm the only American ranked in ACA. I'm the only American that done anything ACA, man. Because them boys are killers out there.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
They're killers out there. Like, it's fighting like all Khabibs.
Yeah, you're right.
It really is.
Right.
Like, Americans we're sheltered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes out east, they're not sheltered. They're out there with bears. They're like real manly men. They grow up different than we do. A lot tougher
Show
than
how
we do.
different that we really are.
Yeah. 100%.
Because think about what they go through, and then we're still at the top.
Yeah, 100%.
We do give them a lot of respect, but we earn ours.
Oh, 100%. One thing about me is I'm not going to let anybody take it from me.
Facts.
If you're going to try to take it, you're going to know we've been in a fight, 100%. I ain't going to give you anything.
What's been your toughest fight that you can remember?
And my toughest fight was a guy, actually, I ended up fighting Vitaly later, right? But, like, there was a point in my career where I was not being the athlete I should. Like, I was relying on my athleticism instead of my work, right? And so at this point in time, when I fought this guy, I was doing that. Like, bro, I had a 3-week training camp fighting this dude. Let me tell you this, man. I was like, okay, so they gave me like 8 weeks, right? So I'm like, I'll train Monday. Monday. I'm like, yo, it's 3 weeks for the fight. I got to get into shape. Man, that dude beat the brakes out of me. He put me against the wall, got like 2 owners and picked me up. I was like, my feet hanging like this. I'm like, maybe you'll put me down. I'm like, it was a bad one. That was a bad one. He ended up beating me by TKO. It's just, I didn't put forth any effort in that fight. I should have trained harder. That was my fault. There was a couple fights that I lost that I shouldn't have because of the work I put, and because I didn't put the right work in. But as I've gotten older and more mature, that I didn't do that anymore. All right.
What made you want to be a fighter? Like, straight up, like, cause I fought, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they say that we have, that if you're a fighter that you're crazy or whatnot, it takes a different mindset to get in there. So what made you, when did you know that you could do it?
Man, so like, so I didn't finish college, right? So I kind of want to get back into wrestling. I missed that competitive, right? And I was going to start training for Olympics, had a wife and kid at the time, needed money. I was like, you know what? And actually, I started working at a place called Terry Bryan's, and I got introduced to a guy named Rob Jones. Rob Jones is my very first fighting instructor, and we would go to the gym every day. I just for practice. Wasn't going to fight at the time. I fell in love with it real quick, And so I was like, you know what, man? I think I want to do this. I think I had like 3 months of training, and I was like, I think I want to fight. I think I want to do this. And so, like I said, just because I missed the competition, that I won that competition. Be honest, the limelight was always on me, right? When I was in high school, I kind of missed that for a second. You know, like when you're an athlete, you have that, like you feed on that, right? Like, damn, I need that. I don't need that anymore. But like, I just feel like I need to be that limelight. I need to be the athlete. I need because like everybody expect me to be be a pro football player, right? And like that wasn't in the cards for me, obviously, right? So I was like, man, I want to do something. I want to do something. And like, but I fell in love with fighting, and it took me far, man. I'm able to. I've traveled the world many times over again. Been in so many countries, man, and experienced different walks of life and foods and just cultures. Man, I've been blessed, man.
Yeah, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
We were kind of hitting on it earlier when I saw you years ago in the old Sesame Mills Mall, and you were just finishing college, just leaving Iowa State, and you told me that you were going to fight. And I was like, for real? Because at the time, I was fighting, so I was interested.
Yeah.
And then you went missing.
Yeah.
So
Incognito, baby.
you went to Florida? What
So-
camp did you train with that?
I ended up moving to Miami, Florida, right? At the time, my wife she relocated us because she was working for a company called Guess. So they relocated us to Miami. So I was like, shoot, Miami is like the mecca of fighting. So it's perfect. So I started training out there at just like a rinky-dink gym. You know, my instructor told me, he's like, listen, go there, kick a bag, and be athletic, and I promise you'll never pay for a membership. And so after the first fight, I fought a guy named Kenny Gardner. Man, after that first fight, I was exhausted, man. I laid down. Like, I was so tired. I hit that dude so hard, right? Second round, and he was dazed. I was so tired. I just looked at him. I couldn't move. I just looked at him. I was like, I need to train better than this, you know? So then my second fight, I was on American Top Team. I signed with American Top Team.
Okay.
That was back when Bissau, Thiago Silva, Thiago Alves, they were all on the team. It was some killers back then, you know? So, yeah, I was with American Top Team for a while.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Like I said, you've accomplished a lot, and the time has flown by.
And
So you've been fighting for how many years now?
since 2008, was that? Shoot, 18 years, something like that. A long time, isn't it? It flies by. It really does. I remember that I was a young pup in the room. Oh, I'm the young guy, you know, like now I turn around, like I got the gray hair, these young pups are running. Like, it's funny, man, after like training camp for 1 month, the training camp, like I was in Germany, and like it was a group of old guys like my age and the young guys, right? After like so let's say we train on Monday. On Tuesday, you know, the old guys were like, oh, stretching. These young guys just move around like these young guys. Man, I swear, I wish I had their energy. I wish I had that still. These young guys, man, they got so much energy. I wish I had some of that still.
Hey, but the thing is, like with the younger guys, younger men coming up, that was us.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
That
So
was.
I always give them their respect as well because I see myself in them.
For sure.
You know, so when you're coaching and you're trying to build the kids up, but the only thing I don't like is when they're disrespectful because then now I got to show you.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times, you know. It's like my thing is I'm a big guy, right? And it's hard to find big guys that can match my speed, match my power, match my athleticism. So like naturally I've trained smaller guys, like 185, 205. Man, and like I have really good hand control, so I won't knock you out unless I really want to, right?
Right.
It won't be on accident. It'll be on purpose.
Yeah.
Knock you out, right?
Yeah.
And so, man, you got some of these guys that are trying to prove themselves. You know, like there's a way to get work without hurting anybody. If you trying to come in here and you trying to throw crazy, I'm not gonna say anything. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna knock you out, lay you out, and then you gonna understand, like, hey, this is real. You know, like so sometimes, sometimes you gotta put people in their place. I don't say anything. I'm gonna put you in place.
Yeah, sure.
Hands.
Better I can tell you.
100%. I want to show you. I don't want to tell you. I want to show you because you got to learn this game. You know, like you got to learn. If you want to go hard, if this is what you want. If I'm expecting it, right? If I'm in training camp, it's different, right? But if we in here just trying to get some work, you know, you trying to hurt me, like that's
It's
it's not gonna happen.
It's not trying to take my livelihood.
Not gonna happen. I got kids to feed. You know what I mean? Not gonna happen.
So where are you training at right now?
Man, so I was training at a gym called Sakin, right? But man, there's not been very many guys out here in Ohio for me. So we're currently going to be doing our next couple of training camps in Vegas at Extreme Couture, you know, with Nugano and stuff. My last fight, man, wasn't the best. and I wasn't prepared like I should because like I don't have the training camp, I don't have the trainers or the partners here to push me, you know. So I love Sagan, I love everyone in this area, but I don't have anybody to push me, man. And in that cage and on that mat, it's just you and him.
Since you mentioned Sagan, I got to give a shout out to
Give a shout.
Neil Rowe.
Yeah, Neil. What's up, Neil?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, he good
trained
people,
with
man.
Neil.
Good people.
With Sagan Martial Arts many years ago. And it's good to still be able to hear his name within the sport, especially here in our area, Cincinnati, Ohio. He doesn't get the respect or recognition that he deserves. So many people have started with Neil, and they've branched out. You know, pretty much any and everybody who's fighting in Cincinnati has been through Sagan one way or another. So a big shout out to Neil Rowe for all you've done for the city and the sport. And I appreciate you being over there training with them. We got to get some big guys down here. If y'all watching, come to Cincinnati and train. You know, we got some tough fighters here, so you need to come here to Cincinnati and train in Sagan Martial Arts with Tony the Hulk Johnson.
Get the work if you really trying to get the work in. You know, a lot of people just do it for the clout and Facebook, Instagram. Oh, I'm a fighter. But when you get in there, you get punched in the face for real the first time.
Get kicked in the head the first time.
Yeah, or knee or whatever.
Knee in the eye the first time.
Yeah, you know, you get cut, you get stitches. You start
from practice.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I wanted to ask you about school. I was in the same situation where I went to school to wrestle, but I didn't graduate either. What do you tell your children when it comes to that, as far as furthering their education?
To be honest, you know, I'm always honest with my kids. You know, and the good thing is nowadays, unless you're like a doctor or a lawyer, like you don't really need school. You can make money. Like my thing for them is, my oldest daughter, she's in school, and like, you know, I just give her, you know, good reinforcements. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? What do you need? You know, because school's not for everyone,
right?
You know, but I think if you're going to, like, my daughter wants to be a forensic psychiatrist, you know, so she's gonna need school,
right?
You know, so like, hey, if you're gonna do it, you know, do it. You know, like, my thing is, don't go to school until you're ready. You know, people don't realize, like, your time doesn't start. Like, your time doesn't start until you register at school, you know? So you can take off a year or two of school and still have 4 years of eligibility. So, like, sometimes you just may need to sit down like, hey, man, what do I really want to do with my life?
Yeah.
You know, because, like, you don't want to go to school and waste time and money.
Right, it costs.
It costs.
Yeah.
It costs. And you don't want that, you know? You want to make sure you go there. For me, I think because I was always doing sports and my parents were so strict on me. Once I got that freedom, I had freedom. I enjoyed it. So, like, when I raised my girls, I kind of gave them more freedom. You know, I wanted them to learn how to deal with that freedom. So when they get to school, they've already had that, and it's nothing new to them. So so far it's working. You know, she finished up. She's in her second year of school. So it's so far the parenting thing is working. So I'm proud of my oldest daughter. You know, she was at the house the other day, and I was like, I wasn't even sure she won't graduate one time. I was like, Bella, I swear to God, I said, one day, you know, because let me tell you a story. So she said she brought the paper home from like junior high school. She was like, it was multiple choice, and it was like, what is cocoa? And it was multiple choice. One was strawberry, chocolate. I can't remember the other two. And this girl picked strawberry. I was like, okay, so listen. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, maybe I've done this. Maybe you just writing down the answers. You know, maybe just circling things. So I said, let me ask. I said, hey, Bella. I said, hey, what's cocoa? She's like, I don't know, like strawberry. And then I asked my second oldest, she was like 6 at the time. I said, hey, Rory, what's cocoa? She's like, I don't know, like chocolate. I said, oh my God. I was like, Bella. I was like, you know, I said to Bella the other day, I said, Bella, you know the saying that you're not the sharpest tool in the shed? I said, Bella, at one time, I didn't think there was a shed. I was like, she started laughing. I was like, I just think there was a shed at one time. Bella, like, well, that's my, no, but after like I think in high school, she really started getting herself together. So she was on honor roll after that. And she was just lazy, you know, but I'm proud of it, because that one, man, that one was, Man, that was a tough one. That one
Hey,
was
Bella, next time I see you, I'm going to quiz you.
yeah. Well, hey,
Right.
what's cocoa?
Hey,
Oh, goodness.
quick question for you.
Yeah.
How much more you got in the tank? How long you think you're going to fight?
Man, you know, it's funny. Like, I see these people fighting at 45. Man, I think, honestly, I got about 6 more fights up on me.
Gotcha.
I think about 6 more fights, you know. We'll see. But I think I can give it 6 more. That's about 2 or 3 more years, I think. You know, I'm getting close to the end. You know, I'm 40 now. You know, I'm 40. I'm 40, kid. I'm 40. 40. Man, you know, it's been good, man. I made a lot of money doing this MMA thing, you know, and so right now it's trying to have me focus on my new phase of life, you know. Jeans, no socks, and my
Go on with that. Hey, you got to wear white socks nowadays, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Ray Walton. He told me you got to wear white socks because the black socks don't allow your feet to breathe. Something he was telling me it's
something
more
like that.
healthy.
Oh,
So I've
man.
been trying to, it don't look good. Right, you know what I'm saying? I've been trying to do the white socks.
Yeah.
What are you going to do afterwards?
So right now I have this nonprofit that we've opened up, my wife and I. It's called GetchYa, and it's basically, you know, like all the MMA fighters want to open a gym, right? But it's that market is so saturated. My wife is like, "Shay, listen, there's a big need for like mental health." She's like, "I got this lady that comes to my school, you know, once a week, and we pay her X amount of money." She's like, "We're doing it for mental health for the kids." She's like, "CPS at 65 school, each they can all hire you," and so like I was like, "Yo, this is a way for me to open a gym and help the kids and like have not like it's a way for me to." You know, really help the community. So that's my goal, man. Is right. We got so many kids here that are talented, right? Especially in the inner cities, that just need direction. You know, like, hey, you want to fight? Shoot, let's fight. But let's get paid to fight.
Right.
Let's get paid to fight. You know, so it's just the GetchYa is really just help the community, not just the kids, right? We want to help. We have cops that need like veterans. You know, everyone is mental health is huge now. You know, and so like we want to use MMA to help cope with your mental health issues. You know, so I think, you know, right now we have a lot of people hitting us up right now. It's really, you know, like it's growing a lot faster than you know we expected, you know, which is great, you know. But yeah, it's one of those things where everyone needs outlet. You know, like it's funny because like when we fight, that is our outlet. That is what we are using it. But I'm just saying we are using MMA for mental health. Like we are using MMA to help cope with our mental problems, right? We're just not labeling that,
Right.
you know. But now we got to label it. You know, we're labeling it now, you know. And so like we're still, like that's how we set ourselves apart. You know, it's the same thing. We're just, you know, we're gonna have a fight gym, but we're labeling it mental health for the kids.
Yeah. And you tell me if I'm wrong. When I fought, like, you can't fight angry in the gym. You have to train, and then you have to be calm,
Right.
but not relaxed.
Absolutely.
You have to be disciplined, because you have to think. What's your take on that?
That's the difference between a street fight and a real fight.
Right.
Street fight, you're angry. You know, you're not thinking, you're just throwing, right?
Yeah.
And a real fight, you gotta be methodical. You gotta think. You can't be angry because it's gonna cloud your thoughts, it's gonna cloud your vision. So you can't be angry. You know, you like you see, you have to be methodical. Like so, for instance, for me, the fight day, I listen to R&B all the way up to right before the fight. Now I started like listening to like rap because like it's like about you have to keep your emotions in check. You can't be like hype and then go down, hype and then you know like all those crashes affect you.
Yeah.
So I'm just like cool all the way through. And then like my music as it's getting closer to the fight, I rap my music. You know, and I rap my music and I'm in kill mode. You know, You know, so yeah, it's definitely that's definitely like one of my keys of you know keeping me thinking before the fight.
Right.
You know, that's important.
And you hit on the music. That's part of this show. I always want to incorporate the music. With me being in the music industry and being an athlete, music was huge in my preparation for my matches. if I was running track, if we were in the locker room for football games, we're playing music because music gets your mind right.
100%.
You know what I mean? 100%. And you're 100% right. It depends on the person, on what you listen to. Some people listen to R&B. Some people listen to hip hop. Some people listen to rock and roll. It just depends on what you choose to get your mind right. What's a favorite song that gets you there?
R&B song or like
Either or.
Yeah, so-
Or R&B and whichever. Just go
know,
down.
man. Hey man, listen. I love me some Tender Pendergrass, TKO.
Okay.
You know,
I think you probably let me go.
Yeah, all that. I love that, man. But there's actually a song that I really love. It's actually Jorge Quinteros. It's called Hip Hop Orchestra. It's just there's no lyrics, just all music. I love it. It has instrumentals. You can feel all that. Like you can feel like when the beat drops and all that. You feel all those emotions. But yeah, it's like I listen to when I listen to hip hop, it's more like '90s, like Tupac, Biggie.
Yeah.
I don't listen to this new stuff, man. I don't even turn on the radio at the time, man. I can't do it.
That's why you got to get some Kool cans.
Yeah, man, I know. Cool.
Add some balance to your
I
playlist.
know. I got to. I'm about to download. You on Apple, aren't you?
Yeah. Dang.
All right, I'm gonna put you on. You gonna be on the playlist now.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, you gonna be on the playlist now. Yeah.
Hey, so before we get up out of here, we kind of hit on it a little bit, but I want you to tell the people on how to stay motivated, how to stay inspired to go for theirs.
It's really easy. Be honest, consistency. Even when you don't feel like it, go. Because look, at the end, if you're consistent, right, you'll lose your drive sometimes. But if you stay you lose your drive during consistency. But as long as you stay consistent, you'll be motivated. You have the motivation. So it's about staying consistent. Even when you don't want to do it, you do it. It's about being consistent, having discipline to do it. You gotta have discipline. Especially for instance. So not for instance, but for me, one big change in my career is when I won my world title. It's I was like, man, I was always good. I'm good, but man, I wasn't putting the work in.
Yeah.
There are good champions, and then the great champions put the work in. So I was I had to start putting the work in. So it was a whole mind shift. Hey, listen, you want to be a champion, you want to make some money, you got to put the work in. You're a good athlete, but you'll be a better athlete. You start putting the work in. It's about that self-belief. And one thing you got to understand is you are going to believe in your dream. It's what's the saying? No one's going to believe in your dream more than you.
Right.
And hopefully your coach believes in it just as much as you do. If you don't have that coach who believes in it just as much as you do, you need to fire him or her. But no one's going to believe in your dream more than you. And, Kobe said it the best, man, when you get up at that level and it becomes an obsession and you're lonely because no one else is at that level, no one else is doing what you're doing. It's okay to be lonely. It's okay to, it's okay not to go to that party or not to hang with these people because you're on a different mission than people.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that. After I won my world title, man, I had something, hey, you wanna go do this, there's so many distractions. Stay focused throughout the distractions. You gotta stay focused throughout the distractions. When you're good, there's gonna be distractions. Stay focused. Have God in your life.
You've been on that top step, that championship step many times.
Yes, sir.
When you got knocked off, what made you get back up there again?
Man, you gotta understand it's life.
Yeah.
People always say to me, I can't believe you're a fighter. And I always say this to them and they think, I said, you're a fighter too. What do you mean? I said, you fight for a better position at your job. I just do it in the most purest form. They're like, yeah, you're right. You're right, you do. It's life, man. You won't get beat. You're not gonna win everything. The thing is, if you lose and it's bad, right? You got people the people in your comments saying stuff. I don't even look at the comments. I don't care what those people say because you know what? They're not out there.
Right.
They can't do what I do. Right. So why should it matter? You know, if you do it for the love and you do it, I do it because I want to compete, and I don't care what everybody else thinks. Don't don't their opinions shouldn't even matter to you. You know, stay focused on your goal. You know, have your team surround you. Be surrounded by positive people. You know, to lift you when you're feeling down. Because like, you know, some days, you know, when you're in training camp, you're like, damn. Like sometimes during sparring, you know, like, damn, I can't believe this dude hit me like that. You know, like you just have those days. I call those mental days. You know, but those are good for you. You know, those are good. You need to have those mental days because, you know, it helps you. You know, so like
when you take that loss, you know what I mean, after you've been on the top, what gives you that desire to drive to say, you know, instead of quitting, because some people, they lose, they want to quit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that just comes from, you know, to be honest, from wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, because it's such.
I got to get, hey,
you know what I mean? Wrestling, man. You know, because like, you know, wrestling, I have friends that ask me all the time, should I have my kid wrestle? I'm like, absolutely. You know why? Because it's such a small community, right? You're going to see these kids day in and day out every weekend, and this kid's kicking my butt. Am I going to get better in the gym? I'm going to let him kick my butt. You know, that's what wrestling taught you, is get your ass up and get back in and go to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's I have that drive from wrestling. I have that. I have all of that. Wrestling gave me all that. You know, like, because like I said, man, like, you know, you take your L's in wrestling. You know, you got to get back to the drawing board. You're going to wrestle again. You can't quit. You got to keep going.
And I'm going to tell you, wrestlers that are watching this, especially if you're a new wrestler, you're going to get your butt whooped at first. You know, you can be the biggest kid, you can be strong, but when you wrestle in your weight class, you're going to wrestle someone that has more experience than you. Don't give up. Take those L's and learn from them. They're called L's. They're not losses. L's, not losses. Take those L's, those learns, and you learn from it. If you lose, you go back in there and you get better. Simple as that. And I'm sure you say the same, right?
100%. You know, you take those L's and you get back up. Like, it's not, your L's don't define you. What defines you is what you do after those losses.
Facts.
You know? So, hey, listen, you know, after, I think that was my senior year of high school, I had lost one to Adam Hopple. Man, you know, that was good for me. I was supposed to go undefeated year. You know what? It put me right back in line. Hey, you know what? Get back in the gym. You need to work harder. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's why I love wrestling, man. It's just it really just puts everything in focus for you, bro. Like, you have to work hard. It's me and you. That's it. Can't blame the coaches. You can't blame anybody but yourself.
That's right.
You know, and one of the things I love about wrestling, a coach couldn't tell you if you started or not. If you were good enough to beat that man in front of you, you started.
That's right.
You know,
there's no politics.
No politics.
You gotta win your weight class.
Hey, and then look, and like, you know what I want in my gym, man. Like, I want to feel like a home, but in that gym, you know, like, it's like we're brother and sister. We're gonna fight. We're gonna argue. We're going to do it inside the gym. It stays inside the gym, but when we out there, we family. We family. We figured it out in the gym, but out there, we're one unit. Like, one person said, I can't remember what it says, like, we are the only people, like, I think blacks that, like, kick our kids out and, like, you know, like, for instance, like, if we're going to go eat, right, Mexicans, they'll go get everyone. Hey, what you want? You know, we don't do that, man. We got to help each other. You know, we got to help each other. We got to help each other. Not just black, everyone, man. We got, like, Americans.
Unity.
Americans, yeah, unity, man. We got to help each other, and we got to help each other grow. And that's what I want my gym to be. I want my gym to be, hey, it's going to be dog hunt. We come here, we're going to get the work in. You may get in a fight with that dude. We're going to figure it out here. But out there,
yeah,
we family.
Verse and unified.
That's it, man. That's right.
Well, I want to thank you for coming out and joining Get Your Mind Right with Kool Ken. Let the people know where they can find you.
So, man, you can find me on Instagram at Tony Johnson Jr. You can find me on what else I have? Facebook at Tony Johnson. I don't really do the TikTok thing, man. I'm so old.
Hey, man, I got TikTok.
I need to do it, though. I need to do TikTok.
It's hilarious. We like to laugh,
TikTok.
man.
Yeah, I think of the Hulk Johnson on TikTok, but, man, I'm more so, like, on Instagram. But, yeah, I got this new thing, like I said, Champ University. Just follow that, man. That's my little nonprofit thing I got going on. Just give me some love on that, to be honest. That's going to help me grow the kids.
Champ U?
Yeah, Champ U, man.
I like
Champ
it.
U, man.
Yeah.
You know, hey, the logo is, not the logo, but the hashtag is the Champs U. You're the champ, man. You got to conquer yourself.
The Champs U.
You got to conquer yourself.
Hey, brother. Again, I thank you so much. Super proud of you.
Appreciate you, man.
The opportunity coming here, speaking with us and sharing your stories. I'm sure it's going to help somebody out there, especially if you got mental health. Make sure you hit Tony up, Champ U, and, you know, follow me, Kool Ken, Z15, that's on everything. Go to koolken.com. And we're going to help you out as well, man. And hey, where I got that shirt. Yeah. Show.
I got that shirt.
You got the shirt, yo.
Yeah, what?
So yeah, you come on the show.
Yeah.
Make sure we bless you with a shirt.
Yeah, I like that.
You know,
I like that.
and Kool Ken music is out. You know, get your mind right. We have tons of music that you can add to your playlist. Add some balance, cause my music is clean.
Yeah, I know you don't cuss in the
Clean,
music.
yeah,
Yeah,
cuss
I heard
and stuff.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
clean, but
yeah.
it's thought provoking.
Yeah,
Education,
some stuff.
knowledge.
Yeah. I already know. I've been following you on. You had some on YouTube for a minute. I can't remember. I like one of these. I can't remember what it was called. It was like with a group. It was a group.
Stop the violence.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one. Yeah, that's the
Let's
one.
stop the
That's
violence.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Stop the
Yeah.
Violence All Star
Stop the
Cincinnati.
Violence, man.
Yes. So we're gonna sign off here. We want you to make sure you tune in every Wednesday, where you can find us on all the podcast platforms, or go follow my YouTube channel at Kool Ken Z15, and we'll see all these episodes that we got coming out every Wednesday, man. So yeah, we thank you again. I appreciate you stopping in.
I appreciate you having me, man. Number love,
Man,
for you,
for
bro.
love. Get your mind right, Jeff.
Mind right.
Peace.
Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb, staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right. Time flies, stop wasting your time.